Hi, guys, welcome to yet another episode of Rise and Tribe. My name is Joyce, and I'm the host for Rise and Tribe. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Christian creatives and how they are key influencers of the next generation. And on today's episode, I have an exceptional creative who is someone who has been named the host of the largest comedy show in Dallas, Texas. It's no other person than Mr. MC Edo Charles. Hi, Mr. Edo Charles.
Hi, it's my pleasure to be here tonight or today or whatever time it is. I'm watching from the world.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's really nice to have you here because one of the things that really attracted me to you when I met you was the fact that heard a lot of people talk about MC Edo Charles, MC Edo Charles. I was like, okay, who is this Nigerian? I really want to be this person. And then my first encounter with you do not just come off as a comedian. I remember you talking to me about, are you a Christian? And it really shocked me. I was like, okay, that was the least thing I was expecting to hear. And I was like, yeah, okay, what church do you attend? And I think we had a conversation, and over the conversation, you kept about emphasizing on how important it is for me to take my faith seriously and how it's important for me to be in a community where I can serve God. And that was something that really stood out for me. And that's why when I was considering someone who I was going to have as a guest here, you were one of the people that came top of my mind. So it's really nice to have you.
Wow, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
And what can I say? Can't do without God.
Yeah, that's true.
Simple as that.
That's true. That's true. Can you share a bit of your story, your journey into where you are right now? Because I really don't know if comedy was something you started off as your career or it's something you caught interest in along the line of your life.
Okay, thank you. The story of my life is, if I had to split it to movies, probably have like part 20. 20, not episode, 20, part 1, part 2, part 3 of 6 hours per movie. Because, like you said, by God's grace, I have the biggest African organized comedy show in Dallas. Texas.
Texas, yeah.
Which I look as if I'm being proud, you know.
Yeah, in Texas. No, in Texas. In Texas, you're right.
You know,
actually.
so, the journey started from, I'm a child of controversy. I'm a child of challenges. I don't think there's any young man in my age that has failed as much as I failed in life. You know, so I failed a lot. Whenever I keep failing forward. So I've just imagine everything. I have failed in marriages. I have failed in business. I have failed in friendships. That is my fault, but things that keeps failing forward. And the thing is, I never started as a comedian. Comedy was a mistake.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I never started out as giving my life to Christ as a Christian. It was a mistake. Well, not like a mistake, like I wanted something. Okay, now, I was born as a wedlock. My parents were not married. In fact, I'm a product of one night stand. To make it matter worse, self. And my parents met at, so I heard my mom said to me, they met at the funeral. Somebody died.
Wow.
How can somebody died? You want to bury her, you're toasting a woman. People are crying that their grandmama died. And you were there toasting a woman. And for crying out loud, you were even a married man with wives.
Wow.
What is wrong to
I
you,
guess
man?
he's an Edo man.
He's a Benin man.
Oh,
He's a chief.
That's very typical.
Back in the days, you know. So how come people are crying that their mother died? You are there toasting a fine girl. Hello. So I was born with luck, like I said. So I grew up with my dad. I was my mom. At the point, my dad said, hey, marry me. Mom said I can marry because he has so many wives. If you can marry me, I take my son from you. So he took me from my mom. It was my dad. He was going to find till I was 5 years plus, and I was accused of witchcraft by a member of the family. So the story I had was that they were all facts that I was into witchcraft. I was just 5, and then I knew that this was between fact and truth. Yeah, they say went to some. What I heard, I was not some voodoo prince who brought out some things and say, yeah, this guy is this. There were evidences that this young kid, you know. So the love my dad had for me became hatred. So I was maltreated. My siblings, my other brothers have siblings. I remember I couldn't play with them at the point because if one of my brothers then made the law, nobody must talk to me because I was a witch. So I was also on my own. I went to go back to my mother's house, to my mom again, about six, like so fast, 6 or 7. Back to my mom's place. Single mom now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she said that she was broken because I'm a last kid.
Wow.
Yeah, I was taken to different kind of other voodoo prince. They call them witch doctors. True life story. Like, oh, this guy's a witch. What's happening? They kept saying that this guy is not. There's nothing wrong with this guy. But one word they keep using was that is in Africa that the guy is putting on the clothes. They're putting the clothes the clothes upon him that is not his. So my mom didn't believe. He thought they were fake. I remember that time my mom took me to different kind of churches. Wow. White garment churches, Pentecostal churches. I can remember at that time they were pouring anointed oil, olive oil on my head. I could sometimes when I smell the oil like growing up it was terrible. So on my mom, when I was with my mom, everything became like terrible. Business went down. She went broke. She obviously she was doing just challenges. You were like, oh, that's true. You want to pick up this kid that is a witch from his start. He's not with you right now, and it's a problem. My own siblings from my mother's side, my mom had kids before me, my dad. She was a widow, so another stuff. So, but my mom said once, he said, I remember my mom took me to my uncle's house one time, my father's elder brother. Like, hey, what is happening? He's telling my story. I'm telling my story now. What is happening? Your brother has treated this kid bad. When he was with me, he was not a witch. You guys said he's a witch. And my uncle ordered his wives and kids to kick us out. We were on the street, people would gather, mom was crying. My mom looked at me and said, say you're a witch, Abby. Let's go home. God will make a way. We went home. Oh, I miss her so much. So we went home and went to the particular church somewhere in Delta State. Was revealed that this guy is not a witch. So we went home. It was still rough. And I had to go to sell, it's called beans cake, Akara in Benin.
Yeah, Akara, yeah.
Yeah, so I had to go to afternoon section, primary school. I'll sell beans cake in the morning. Finish for beans cake. I was so good at selling beans cake. Then my friends started calling me Charles Akara. I was so gifted. I could sell beans cake like I was so gifted at selling beans cake. So, and while I was doing that, I kind of have interest in music. Man, we couldn't afford a TV, but somebody gave my mom one old radio. Back in days, the radio does not have FM; it really has AM. So you'll be twisting the radio
until you get that frequency.
Yeah, and most times you to the point where you hear some. I used to hear French, so French radio stuff. I'm not even know that it's called French, So this man and neighbor called Government was his nickname, Mr. Government. So Government has lived in one room. He had a black and white TV. So I always go to his government. I was like my mentor. At this point, I didn't have a dad. There was no father figure in my life. But my mom became very stubborn. I was troubled. I was just trouble. So Government tried to be that balance of a dad, being a neighbor. He was a good guy. And I would live in his room and watched musical videos on TV. I used to like the guitar. I never saw one in my life. So I want to buy this wood, plank wood. I created my first guitar without seeing a guitar in real life. Well, I don't go anywhere. We're poor. We're really poor. Like even the poor people call us poor. So I carved my own guitar and used the brake cable, the brake cord, brake as in brake cord to fix it. Or I use the brake cord to fix like the string. I'll be playing it. I've not seen it before. So miraculously, the church called Fire Center came to, it's called Salvation Assurance Ministry, came to my street to have a crusade. And I went close to the guitar before the crusade started. One of the ushers came and said, if you don't leave there, I will give you a big knock. I left. So I was like, I need to touch this guitar. So our dead guy said, to give that to Christ, come forward. I didn't even know who Christ was. They didn't care about Christ anyway. But I had to touch that guitar. People went forward the first day, was the 3 days crusade. I said, okay, tomorrow I'll go out. I want to give that to Christ so I can just touch that guitar. So I give that to Christ. I went out. I went there and just rubbed the guitar. It was the rhythm guitar, the lead guitar. I just rubbed it. Finally, I touched the guitar. The same guy came and said, leave that place. I left. Third day again, the last day crusade. That to Christ. I went out to go touch the guitar. I gave that to Christ twice. Because I don't even know where Christ was. So I said, okay, this church. If I go to this church, I will know how to play guitar. So I joined the church. But not to me, the church didn't have a guitar. They rented it for the crusade.
Oh, wow.
They didn't have any they only have one local drum. So I just got interested in the pastor, Austin Igage. They were like my mentor to me, I go to the church with my friends. So one day, the guy that plays the local drum, the guy was not available for 190 VG. The pastor was playing it. I went to him and said, Pastor, can I help you? He said, yeah. So I picked up the local drum. I started playing the local drum. I became the church local drum guy. So, and I had to make money too. I like playing. I became a very good guy at that local drum stuff. So even the point that the idol worshippers in Benin, they call them Ogun worshippers, they were calling me to come play for them. I will play in church. Because of Christ, I'll play in church. I'll play for those idol worshippers. And they'll pay me with food, pardon yam and egusi, because there's no food at home. So I'll play for them during the day. At night I play. Then Sunday I play in church. So I stopped that after a while. So the church bought a keyboard. A guy called Dele. Church went to get to learn how to play the keyboard behind everyone. I came and played the keyboard in church one day. I was the star of the church before. Now Dele is not the star of the church. I said no. No, but one thing I know how to do it by myself is when you know more than me, make him my friend. I won't fight him. Because what you know, I need it. So Dele and I were friends, but I go to Dele's house, make Dele my good friend. So Dele taught me keyboard. It was one Wednesday I never forget. I started teaching me around 6 p.m. By 5 a.m. the next day, I could play songs.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know what happened. The first song I played was a song like El Shaddai, El Shaddai. So I played. Well, I was kind of rocky, kind of rusty too, but after a while,
you got to master the art.
I became the church keyboardist.
Oh.
I was not even teaching Dele what to do. Then after primary school, my mom could not afford 280 naira to secondary school. And after I finished, I carried the money. Sometimes my mom would even buy the beans to make the cake. And sometimes the Friday akara to sell, you want a lot because it's raining.
Yeah.
She was owing so much debt, so much debt and all that, so could barely feed. I can imagine, I cannot forget how many times my mom knelt down to beg the landlord to please give us one more time. Mom could be holding up to about 6-7 months, sometimes a year, as rent every year. Just not keep begging landlord. But the man was so great. The man kept telling my mom that this your son could be a great guy. I was so stubborn anyway. So fast forward, I started playing in church. So I said to myself, I'm not going to school right now. What can I do? I went to my pastor and said, Pastor, can I be in crusade? He said, yeah. I go to about 9 to 13, 9, 10, yes. And now I'm church keyboardist, 11, 13 years old. He said, yeah, you can become. Can I crusade? How do you do it? I said, yes. I said, but there's no space. I said, I know space. All those idol worshippers, Ogun worshippers I was playing drum for, they used to have this big parking lot, they call it compound back in Nigeria, very big one. I went to them and said, they saw me, hey Charles, how are you? You want to play for us? I said, no, I want to use your praise. I want to use your English. Sorry, English. I want to use your front yard for a crusade. I said, okay, fine, we know you. So I got to the crusade, in front of the church. I'll call my pastors. It'd be like 10 miles. I will use the wheelbarrow, to go back to the church, pick equipment. I'll wheelbarrow, push it down to the venue, set up the sound, arrange the chairs, pick up the local drum. There was no Twitter, no Facebook. I would do a rally around my neighborhood. We're playing drums. Jesus Christ of Nazareth is. I asked some guys with me. We play with megaphone. I will play. I'll still come to the crusade. I'll still take part in the drama. I was always acting the part of a native doctor because I was used to this idol worshippers guys that I played drum for, So do crusade. We went like that until my mom said, "Hey, you have to go to Lagos and stay with your brother." My brother was like, maybe my half brother was like, "Oh, come to Lagos. I'll put you in school. It's easy for you to come to Lagos." Sometimes in life, when you face some disappointment, it's not because the world is against you. It's got to take you to the next level in life.
Yeah.
It was a struggle for me. Like, I can't go to Lagos, man. I have crusade going on well. My mom was like, "Oh, you have to go back to school." I know, yeah, I want to go back to school. Can I say, if I want to go back to school, I'm not going to become a mechanic. I said, I want to go back to school. I wish I had become a mechanic. I wish I had learned. If I knew I would go to America now. If I knew I would be American now, I would have been a mechanic, a good mechanic. Those guys are making money.
I think God has a way of ordaining our path, and when we are in alignment to God, we kind of like walk in that path He has ordained for us.
But that was
because if it was His will for you to be that, you would probably have picked it up somehow.
And because I was speaking, I didn't hear. I was so stubborn. So I came to Lagos, living with my brother. At the time, we were like, promises. My brother, he was like, "Hey, you know what? I can't send you to school. We are half brothers. Same mom. If I send you to school, we make it in life." It was his word, so I'm not condemning, but everything work for God. Everything work for God's plan, because even Joseph's brother too said some things.
Yeah.
If I send you to school, don't be a waste of money. You understand? You won't become better in life. You won't consider your mother's family. Face your father's family. So I'm sorry, I can't waste my money. So I was not in the house. I was like, why did I come to Lagos? I was in Benin, doing well, and doing my crusade, selling my biscuit, akara, and I tend to come to Lagos. Now I'm in Lagos. I was stranded. So this guy called Idris, our neighbor, like, "Get us be at home. Why not come work with us as a gardener while we work?" A place called Grey Message, Greyland. Great Message people in a place in Lagos called Iju, Agege, Ajuan. Like, fine, I'll work. So I was working with this woman, Mrs. Mazi, and I was a gardener. I was young. By the point I was like 14. I came to Lagos 14. I was young, working with a man. Like more than a year. I went out flowers. So one day I was just watering flower in the garden. This guava tree, I don't know if you know what guava tree is. Guava tree, I was under the guava tree. I said, "God, if only I can go back to school. Every year I'll do a program for you. Then you will be glorified." Yes, I know I'm a keyboardist now. We'll come, we'll praise, we'll laugh, we'll do everything if I can go back to school. I said every year. That's what I learned in this life, right? Never make promises to God. If you make promises to God, be specific. I would have said God 1 year. I said every year. Big mistake. Terrible idea. Because God will honor His part.
Yeah.
So, and about exactly a week after, I met a guy called Eremi, who is now working with Nigeria Secret Service. My best friend, became a friend. He was like, "Why are you not in school?" I'm like, "I'm not in school because I cannot afford it. Nobody will help me." He said, "Okay, nice guy, but I'll talk to my teacher if he can put you in my school." It was about almost like 16. About 16. Remember, I left school around 11. Yeah, 16 years, about 16 now. Like, okay, Remy, the thing is that I've not attended GS1. I didn't attend GS2, GS3. But if I'm going to start from school, please, I need to start from GS1. He said, fine, that's fine, no problem. I said, thank you, Remy. So he now said the teacher said, I pay some money to get to school, put some school fees, everything about 300 naira. Like, oh wow, I was happy, I raised the money. So I got to work the next day. I saw Remy on Sunday, go to work on Monday, my boss fired me. I'm like, God, why is that I'm close to going to school and God fired me? And my not God, I won't say God, my boss fired me. But I don't even know who fired me, but somebody fired me. It was so depressed. From nowhere, I had this terrible depression. So before that, this guy called Mr. Michael. He's one of these little guys. He called him dwarf, but little guys. So the man likes me a lot. We play rough play. I used to tease him. Short man, this, that. One if I use that word, like he's little. I'm your giant. I call him David. I call myself Goliath. Like, your stone can't kill me. So that day, the man tried to be playful with me. I wasn't playing. What's the problem? I said, my boss just fired me. I said, why? I said, I don't know. I said, let your boss go, man. Come work for me. I said, sir. Come work for me. I said, sir, this is my problem right now. I need to go back to school. I'll work for you. Can you just please borrow me 300-400 naira? So I'll work for you. And I will work from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., go to school.
And deducting.
Yeah, come back from 1 o'clock, work till 9 p.m. Once I like the day, fine. I said, I'll give you 300 naira. I'll also give you extra 300 naira.
Wow.
Yes, they'll go to school. So I went to my friends, like, Remy, this is the money. Understand? Take the money. Remy now took the money from me. Now saying in a month's time, by month end, I will resume school. I said, by month end, I'll go to uniform. The money man gave to me. And the next Remy came to me and said, that night, say, she has to resume school tomorrow. I said, Remy, resume school tomorrow, how? He told me month end, said, let's go. I don't have uniform. So one guy called Solomon. I can't remember their name because these are guys that have played an important role in my life.
Yeah.
Solomon will give you Solomon has to uniform. Like, okay. Solomon, I'll just buy a exercise book, I'll go to school. And Solomon was very skinny, very tiny guy. So give me his uniform. I'm slimmer now, but I'll be the big should be there then. They were like, go to school with boxers. It was so tight. I was always walking like, but that was one of the best day of my life. That I could go to school again after with all the hope lost. Remy is in Lagos. Sometimes when I share this story, people are like, are you sure? I say, call Remy. That was a problem. Remy did something not terrible, but something hard for me. Remember I said I've not gone to JS1, not go to JS2. I thought in primary 6. Remy put me in his class. Remy said, come to my class. What's your class? SS2. I say, excuse me. Remy, come. But I told you I'm not going to JS1. Go to JS. So I told my teacher, I don't need to say you start from SS2. I said, I didn't even know what to do. Remy was in accounting, doing commercial students. Remy said, don't worry, I'll teach you. So I started in class with Remy the first day. It was good. All of a sudden, the teacher came and said, you. No more Charles. I said, sir, okay, you are here, sit down. My heart was beating fast. The first day I went to school, I had market. The first day I got flogged, I was flogged. Back Africa, I flogged students. Yeah. Why was I flogged? If you don't have an accounting textbook, come outside. Tell me what? He said, let's go outside. He came outside too. I said, so how do I tell the teacher that? So this is my first day ever in school, And the guy flogged the hell out of us. I told you, I said, I don't even know where accounting textbook is. I don't even see one before in my life. So The man flogged us, and Remy said, don't worry, we'll buy today. But I have money to buy. I said, I'll buy 2, I'll give you 1. Even then, it was so bad that I went in Remy's house. The mom took me like his son, I go to the house, like a family friend, So the first term was terrible for me. They would come to class, the people that are teaching, like they were speaking in tongues in my ears. I'll be looking, I say, God, what are they saying? And second term, I'm like the 5th best student in class. Third term, I'm like, they say third or second best. One guy called by me. That guy was so brilliant. That guy was so smart. It was my big rival in that class. Then to SS3. SS3 was wow. I one of the best students in the class, one of the prefects and other stuff. It was beautiful. Then I left school. Now I had to do the WAEC. I couldn't afford the WAEC. At that time I was still working in Tamako. I go to school.
Yeah.
I was even my brother I was staying with. I feeding myself. I would take care of myself. At the point I was homeless. I was had to leave the house. I was going to school. Many guy called Charles who has a barber shop. Who allowed me to live in his barber shop for like months. I would sleep on the floor in the barber shop. Go to school the next morning. God has always placed people in my life that always come and stand for me. In the process, the church I used to go play the keyboard for once in a while. Lady called Uche. She just like me, she had a lot of younger siblings. Uche, Benny, love Solomon, our siblings. She was like, "Where do you stay?" I said, "I live in Babi Salon." She said, "Really? Come live with us." I said, "Ma," she said, "Come live with us." So she moved from Babi Salon. I live with them. We're like 7 of us in one room. We sleep like how you sleep. When you sleep, taking oxygen. We got carbon dioxide, so you take oxygen.
Everybody's
so I'm taking somebody's like.
I know, I can relate.
I'm taking somebody's carbon dioxide in my body. Like, it was so crazy. And then the WAEC came. I couldn't afford the WAEC, so I worked. I couldn't afford the WAEC, and then I was playing for a church called CFT, Ikeja. So I tell my stories a lot, but make it short. Ikeja, and when I got there, pastor is Alfred Williams. He's at the church, CFT, Christ Tabernacle. I don't forget the names, but I played part of my life. So the guy came from UK. Had the program in church. So I played the bass guitar too. I picked up the bass guitar along the way. This was myself to play the bass guitar. I was very good at it. My first bass was given to me by Pastor Samadeyemi. I was play well and all that stuff. So when I went to that church that day, the man was watching me play the bass guitar. Because now the timeline for to enroll for the WAEC has elapsed 2 days before. Well, it was 2 days after. 2 days a day to go or so. It was on a Thursday. That was a Friday, and the man called me and said, "Charles, you play so well." I said, "Thank you, sir." He said, "Do you need anything?" I'm like, "Sir, I've eaten." I know you have eaten. God told me something. Sometimes I've heard this story right now. It's just telling me that what we're facing right now, God has done more serious job we are facing right now. Yeah, than sometimes you forget what God has done for you.
True.
Man said, God told me something. Because first of all, the erosion for WAEC expires tomorrow. If I have the money now, there's what I could go pay. Because expires, that day. Okay, what's that about that day? I can't remember. It was on Thursday or next day. I can't remember. But very close. I said, sir, but the thing that I needed before was my WAEC fee, but it has expired. The timeline they did for erosion to enroll has passed, and I can't be next year. The man said one thing, and I forget. Said, if I be a man of God, they will extend it for your sake. So he called the pastor Dakpo Abiodun. Dakpo Shokon. Go to call my friend Dakpo Shokon. That's his name. I forget names like that. He said, give this guy, pay for his WAEC fee. Every week, give him $100 for feeding, for doing the exam 1 month.
Wow.
I said, Pastor Dakpo, it expires tomorrow. He said, I'll pull it. Go and check now. It's not expired. I went to school. Lo and behold, like King James fashion.
Wow.
It was extended.
Wow.
Another 1 week. I just came back to church. Pastor, it was extended. See, I told you. They pay for my WAEC. Since I passed that exam, I read like my life depend on it. So I did that.
See, that's a place of personal responsibility.
Yes.
Because you didn't kind of like take it for granted.
No, I had
the
the
fact
choice.
that, okay, yeah, somebody was paying. You had to really put in your effort.
There was no plan B.
Yeah.
I
To
never
see
had a
that
plan B in my
the investment was not going
Yes.
to go in vain.
Because people invest in you in life, it's good to always
show them
that
that they are worth investing in.
Yes. So for me, it's not when invest in me, not your investment in me that is my concern. It's you that's my concern, because if I fail on the investment, the next guy that comes along might probably think twice to invest. So when you are helping me, I'm trying to help the next person that is going to come along too, so that you say that, okay, I invested in Charles and it was a good investment. Let me try this person. That person messes up, that's that person's responsibility, not mine. So I did it. I love music, so I was studying music. One German school called Music Ogba. I went there, studied music. Guy told me that I was actually everything, and I was doing music. Then 2000, I met my boss, Bob Pledaro. I sang Moshoriro.
Yeah.
And my boss said, my
wow.
life. Yes. And hopefully we're having him on show after this year. And my boss, I was playing for him. Then I was making money from shows. One day with my friend, I said, hey, Benga. Forget names. There's one church called, it's a Sulere. Falawiyo Bankole Sulere, that's one church there. It's the one, because the guy was a keyboardist. Benga, do you know I promised God that if I go back to school, I would do something for him. That is like praise. We'll just come have a good time. We're like, yeah, but I don't know what to do. He's saying, just go to your pastor, tell him your dream, and do it. To my pastor, big guy's son. Now he's a perseverer now. I said, Pastor, son, I do what God told me. He was a parish pastor at the time. He was a parish pastor, yes. A parish pastor. He said, okay, I will talk to the church elders. They look at me kind of some people like, you cannot give a young boy keyboardist to come and do a concert in church. You should go and do the usher, the choir. Came to me and said, they said that she should go and work with the choir. What's my choir master, Brother Dean, very stubborn guy. I told him, We're like, okay, we'll do it. We'll do the concert. They were slowing me down. Like, Pastor, this is not what I told God for. I said, I told God I would do it. Now back to the man, I said, this guy said he told God that he would do a concert for God. So I don't know the policies that went behind. So you see, I think he was like, okay, let's go. If you don't allow him to do it now, to think that, I don't know if I should do it. I don't know if I would like to do it. Because, God give this guy a vision. You guys don't allow him to do his vision for God. You are responsible. Let him do it. So that if he fails, other can learn from him that he has failed. Next time, work with the choir. I told them, I told them that if you fail, you will be less to other people. Say, but if you fail, he said, Charles, if you fail, I'll kill you. I said, so sorry, I have to say this. Maybe I forgot. He said, Charles, I told them that they should let you fail. They said, okay. So they want to let you fail. So I can be a lesson to other young people in church that have idea of coming to the church for a concert. You understand? Maybe probably you're forgetting what I'm saying, right? But I forgot what he said. He said, I told them to let you fail. But if you fail, you fail. And then I was so stubborn as well. Pastor Son was always dealing with me like I'm his son, particular son. He would say, sit down. If I would say, sit down there, he was so hard on me. I thought he hated me. He said, if you don't fail this matter, I will break your head. And I went to my boss, Public Diary, said, bros, this is what I told God, though. Boss said, I will support you. So I go to do the concert. It was March 17, 2002, on a Sunday. So I got my first show. What a privilege.
Wow.
Yeah, I said a flyer, what a privilege. So it was meant to be like a concert, just, some laughter. Then I was working with Public Diary. I worked with other big comedians as a keyboardist, senior performer, and all that. So I was a comedian. So I met this guy called Jude. Jude was attending Pastor Koti's church in Nigeria. Jude Nogo, my friend, family friend. That guy is tall. He has white teeth. He speaks good English. He can sing. Like, this is the perfect person for this show. So I spoke with Jude. Jude said he would charge me. I'll pay him 3,500 naira. I was making 300, 400 from Public Diary as a band keyboardist, playing for 2-3 hours non-stop. I just keep playing keyboard. I can't afford it. He said, no, you can afford it. So I begged him for 1.5. The guy agreed. So the show meant to start by 5 o'clock. As at 3:30 to 4 p.m. Everywhere was packed.
Wow.
The church was packed. People put chairs on the street. So at that time there was no you had to go. This they call video sender. So we borrowed TVs from neighbors and members of the church to put on the street to use video sender to send feed to all this big TV, not this flat TV screen, all this TV like a box, to watch the concert. And the pastor came to me and said, look at crowd. It's like you're having that Adebo, you come to the church, crowd was massive. Like, okay, let's start now. So Jude came and saw the crowd and Jude said, sometimes in life, with your best friend might not disappoint you for your own growth. Jude came and said, let's start. The pastor said, let's start. Jude said I must pay him 3,500. I look at the crowd, he has changed his mind.
Wow.
This crowd is too much. You can't take 1.5 anymore. He'll be hanging around.
And did you know he was a non-paid event?
He knows.
Wow.
There's a free code for God. And that. You said he must collect the money now. He said he was hungry here. I will look for her to raise extra 2,000 naira. I didn't have. Public came, everybody sat down. Even the elders that were saying that, we'll not allow him to do, they were in front.
That's the thing about life. When you decide to take a step into success, people want to associate with you.
They were in front of the seat. They were the elders of the deacon, the elders in church. They were in front, and I was dating a girl called Vera. Sometimes every relationship that comes to your life comes for a reason.
True.
Dating a girl called Vera Adiche. She was my girlfriend at the time. She was like, baby, I can't do the MC now. Like, are you crazy? I can't do the MC. Yes, I was 25. I can't do the MC. I can't. So you make me laugh. I'm like, I make you laugh.
That's the relationship.
I make you laugh. She can really laugh so hard. They laugh. She can laugh. But she even laugh one time I pee on her body. She make me laugh. So I can't. The pastor said, let's start this program right now. She did. She went to one of my friend in church, Ike. He's late now. I said, Ike, please talk to Charles. you can't do this thing. I came and said, I can't do it. She just came to me and put my hand on my face like this and said, look at me. You can do this. I said, but I'm scared. He said, just look at me, Otro. You can do this. You have to do this, Charles, for me, please. Powerful woman. I thank every day, if no matter how whatever ended, but she came and she played the important role I will never forget. She's dated people in my lifetime, but her name still stand out. When people this life, you can stand out for good or for bad. No.
And it's very important that when people are in stages of their life, when they're trying to find themselves, it's also important that we are people that encourage people to find themselves. Very because sometimes we have those hidden qualities in us. We just need someone who can believe and say, this thing you're doing is possible, and encourage us and push us to destiny.
It's a blessing you need to have. As a young person, it's a blessing to have. Know who's around you.
True.
How well can they push you? How can they encourage you? So I took it. I said, Vera, what I will do? I track a deal, right? If I can do it from behind the keyboard, if I can bring up the guests from behind the keyboard, she said, okay, that's fine by me. You had that deal. I can't go to the front. So she sat in front. After I brought her first, she sang. She left. She sat in front looking at me. I'm looking at her alone. Let's have the next person come on stage right now. I was so rocky, so dusty. Then this guy came on stage. Wole Oni, my friend, came. My good friends, they are very big producers right now. So I started talking. Then I was behind the keyboard. So something moved me. I left behind the keyboard. I came to the front of the keyboard to introduce the next guest. Then I came on stage. I left in front of the keyboard, moved close to the stage. To the next guest. Then I came on stage. So close to the stage, I was talking. People were laughing. I climbed the stage.
Wow.
From the stage, I started talking. And for the next 30 minutes, everybody was on the floor. They were laughing really hard. I'm a keyboardist. If I'm a bloody keyboardist, bloody bassist, bloody saxophonist, bloody drummer, comedy was never part of the deal. Then it was so crazy. People were like, Charles, this guy is so funny. After the event, the lady came to me and said, you were so funny. I said, thank you, Mom. My husband's having Africa, it's like a send-off party. The following week was a party. Come and make us laugh. I'm like, excuse me, ma, what you saw today, I had no choice. It was a mistake. I keep saying, I'm a bloody civilian keyboard. You're like, no, you can't, let's go. What I was saying, she was laughing. She said, this guy is so funny. To my girlfriend, that lady said I should come for this program. She said, you want to go? I said, yeah. I said, okay, go now, you can do it. I said, I used to. She said, you can't do it. I'm like, no. I thought she was scared because she won't be there. She'll be in school. She said, are you sure you want to go? Don't go. I said, Abi? She said, go. So I went to the show. It was a party. So when the Koi bought it on, and I got there, I saw people, big men sat. Like, okay. And I said, give me 20 minutes to do my comedy. And I was like, 25 to 30 minutes. And I said, Mr. Gentleman, my name is Charles. As a matter of fact, the celebrant wife saw me last weekend in my first event I ever organized in Lagos, a church, and she believed that I am funny. Disclaimer, I'm not a comedian. If I'm not funny, do not blame me. Blame the celebrant wife. They were all laughing. So let's start. I was so, because I was young. Now as a comedian, look at the audience, know what to say. I've always been a clean guy. My comedy is clean. I don't do dirty jokes. Of course, I live my life as a young kid, as a church person. All this club stuff, whatever I miss. I can't even say dirty joke because I didn't grow up in that kind of circle. I was talking, they were all laughing and laughing and laughing. I said, okay.
And you know what is so surprising about what you're saying is the fact that when you have it in your heart, God will put it in your hand.
Yes.
Is the fact that you actually fulfilled your promise to God.
Yes.
Was what you never knew that was going to be a stepping stone to another level of your destiny. And that's why it's very important as young people that we tend to not only look for what God can do for us, we should look for what we can offer with our lives to God. Because you never can tell what God wants to do from your service to humanity and your service to Him as a whole.
Yeah, so you're so correct. The thing is, I've learned one thing, that when you make a vow to God that you tend to keep, you are helping yourself, not God. Okay, what do you want to give to God?
True. That's very true.
What do you go to give to God? Money.
True.
Sow seed. How much can you sow seed? How much seed can you sow?
True.
There are people that sow more seed than you do. People were talking on the full weekend on my show. Come and give me envelope of 150,000 naira.
Wow.
I don't think anybody in my mother's children ever seen that kind of money before. Probably I could have saved that money over time, but at once. How much was salary? I'm like, what? My mother was, madam, how many of us is this money? She was like, oh, it's for you now. Are you serious? She laughed. This guy's very funny. I'm like, no, it's too much. Oh. Like, we pay Alibaba 1 million. How they care at that time? We will give you transport money, safe. So Alibaba is making millions since early 2000. I mean, I will go play keyboard for 4-6 hours and make 300 naira. 400 naira. On my way. You know what? When I had the money in my left pocket, I forget. I walked for body like 50-20 miles. I walked, I'm not kidding you, I was sweating. I walked to CMS where I can take bus because in case they said, bring back the money. Yo.
That's a typical Edomali.
When I go to CMS, when I see the bus, any bus I see that was half full, I said I will not take that bus. I want to take the empty bus. So I will sit at the back of the bus, close to the window, close to that nobody can see the money. I was like, this is all true. I have never seen that kind of money in my entire life. I go home, I put the money down, like God. But I was living in one small room in Sulere, one terrible place. So it's called Bola. It has this big traffic dome that was being traffic dome. In fact, that was a different story zone. You know, and when it rains, it's flooded. Everywhere's flooded out. You see, in my room, you see my mattresses and other be on top of the water. It was terrible. I don't want to say kind of that situation was happening. It was terrible. Systems flying was terrible. I was living there when I started my career. You know.
Journey of humble beginning.
It's a humble beginning. It's humble. It was good. It was
humiliating. And you see that thing about life, that when you start from a humble place, it's not everybody. Some people are opportune to have walked into a life where they already have.
Yes.
But when you start from a humble beginning, it makes you always remember what God brought you out from.
And humbles you.
It humbles you. And that was the same thing that happened to David, right? When David came into the palace and he began to sometimes realize, I said, God, I was just a shepherd boy where you brought me into becoming a king. You chose me. You saw everyone. And those are the things that God saw and loved David the more. And that's built character in the places of our lives that we are moving from stage to stage.
I agree.
Irrespective of where you are, it is important that at that stage you build character, because that stage is not going to be permanent. But what do you learn on the line of destiny to actually meeting destiny? Because those experiences are what kind of like shaped your life and made you the person that you are today. Imagine if all those things never happened. You never would have appreciated life and appreciated
I'm very proud.
the opportunity that you were going to receive along the line.
Yeah, you're so correct, because people like, Charles, you are so humble. Like, I'm not humble. I'm not proud either, but things I've seen in life, you understand, just makes me feel that I do not deserve them.
True.
For God's mercies.
Which is true.
I do not. People like, I have the biggest, right now, so far by God's grace, one of the biggest comedy shows in Dallas. That is multicultural. I'm the first person comedian that gives a car. Like, he give away to the audience.
Yeah, I was really surprised at your
events.
events.
Yeah, events. So people like, how do you feel?
It was really massive. And
Like,
the thing I really love about your event is the diversity. Because you're not just meeting just only Africans. You have a really diverse kind. I saw Indians, I saw Chinese, I saw different people from different ethnic groups. And that kind of like really resonated with the fact that as creatives, right, we are not called to just, God has called us as people, say, go into the nation and be the light of those nations, right? So it's not just, you're not just called to a particular set of people, but our lives reaching out to people from diverse countries, diverse tongues, and diverse nations. And so when we are working as creatives, we should always have that in our mind, that this vision God has given to me is not a vision for Africans alone. No. It's a vision for the world. Did you get? And because when God sees us as his children, God doesn't see us as oh, this is my Yoruba son, or this is my Chinese daughter.
No.
God sees us. That's why I say we are called the children of God. So as creatives and people who are in places of influence, it is very important that we have that mentality in what we are doing and how we create our craft in actually reaching out to people from diverse culture.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like I said, one of my favorite scriptures that says, "Study to show thyself approved." Understand? My best part is the workman that needs not to be ashamed.
Yeah.
And so, even as a creative or as a Christian, how good is your work? Is it quality enough? I'm good on quality. Look, I was saying back to my story. So that's how I became comedy, and the following year I turned my comedy show. The program I tell you every year. But I said, God, every year I'll be doing it. That's why we now move from that to enter the laughter. In fact, enter laughter I was eating a bar with my girlfriend Vera at that time. We're like, oh, what do you think? This movie Enter the Dragon. Don't enter the laughter. This always have somebody who I would say iron sharpens iron. Who can reason together, can think together and be spontaneous together. It's very, very important.
Because they help bring alive your vision.
Yes.
Sometimes people have these visions in their mind, but they just need that additional person to give you that spark, to tell them, see, this is how you do it, this is how you do it, and it comes out alive. And so it's also important that we keep company with people that actually sharpen it you also as an iron, and brings so much value, because the company you keep is a reflection of who you are.
Yeah.
And so if you're not having that company that actually sharpens you and pushes you into your full potential, you just find out that you just have so much, but it can't come out. And that's why I really encourage a lot of people to find a Christian community where you meet like-minded people, because as believers, right, we have the mind of Christ and we operate in the level of intelligence. And so when you're in the company of such people, it's very, very easy for you to catch the light. It's very, very easy for you to find your place and able to put together that vision, because you have not just only in your Christian community, but with other people too. So that's why it's important that when you're making a choice of friendship, you're making a choice of people you call your companion, it's very important there are people who add value, and also are people who can sharpen your value that you wherever vision you have, and bring it to fusion.
Yes, I agree. Also, one thing I like to say, like you talk about Christian community, it's very important that you have that in mind, that your Christian community will save you a lot. However, I also say that the Bible said God will meet you at the point of your need. So if you have a vision, right, singing, podcast, comedy, and the aim is to be a blessing to humanity, God knew that you need people that will push you. So God will push those people into your life, into your needs. Wow. That every year, God had to glorify you. So that was just the problem I went through, and I wish I never made that vow. So I said, God, just one time. So be careful of the kind of vow you make, man. It's you might think that don't be emotional when making your vow to God. If you don't tend to keep it, not good for you. So that was what happened. And came to the US, I thought to myself, I can speak about as a creative. Bible talk about be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. So we quote that scripture most times. So Bible says most times we see that scripture like, oh, go to this world. It's not about the worldly things. What is your word? I'm a comedian. Comedy is my word. So how do you do this in the comedy industry? There are very few clean family comedy shows anyway. Comedy shows in America, even in Nigeria, is dirty. I started doing comedy shows in church, in Nigeria. I'm not the first Christian comedian in Nigeria, but I'm the first guy to start comedy show in church. I was moving my comedy shows from church to church. I would do what I call. On record, I had about 3,000 people before I left Nigeria. I gave that to Christ.
Wow.
I did a comedy show in the community where it's on my website, richards.com, where I brought, before people see me giving out TVs, car, I didn't start today. I started in Lagos. I had a comedy laughter, like an open hair laughter. I brought medical doctors for free checkup and medical supplies to the elderly, and I gave out business tools like GSTV to start people that view center in Nigeria, sewing machines to people, to help them start their lives. When I was doing that, I was broke. I was giving out TV to people in the comedy show. I didn't even have TV in my house. So it wasn't because of money.
True.
Be a blessing.
Be a blessing, yeah.
It's not about being a blessing.
And that's the thing. When the deposit that God has given unto us, in as much as we have gifts that brings us financial fortune, it's also very important that we use our gift to be a blessing to people around us, because that's the real main reason why God has actually blessed us with such gifts. Not just for us to just be financial beneficiary, but for us to be channels. Yeah. Because from those things, we have other people that rise and become say, oh, this man from your community service, I was able to receive this. Oh, you blessed me with this. My life became better. Oh, you sowed school seed of paying my fees. Yeah. Today I'm a graduate. Do you understand? In your own little way, it's very important to be a blessing with our gift, with whichever channel that God has given us as a form of.
Look at it this way. You're correct. Look at it this way. It's not a blessing, but a curse. So if my gift helps young people to go into drugs, I do my rap music about drugs and gangs, then my gifts have become a curse.
Sure.
I don't want that to go to spiritual, because to be honest, we feel a spiritual being, Also, let's face the fact that it's not easy out there, No matter what God has given you, gifts you have, you're going to face challenges. You're going to face hard times.
That's true.
And I remember one time, there were times that I've sold my properties to do the laughter. Many times. I have borrowed money to do. I've used my house rent to do a free show to make people come and have fun. I have placed posters. I've been beaten by thugs while posting posters for the same shows. Same show we are seeing today. I have been on the street with my friends, which will be display flyers on the street to different people in buses. It's not easy. People say, "Shout to the laughter." Oh, it's a big show in America. It's massive. People will not give you their table to come eat from. You have to create your own table. If you can't get the wood, go to the bush. Pick your own stick and get your own table done. So get here. I have challenges with some. Even my African Nigerian comedians I met here, I thought there was a push. I would just push on my own. I went to the American community too. There too. So they were like, oh, that African dude, like, I have to start from the bottom. Because I'm new to the US. I say, me, I will never start from the bottom. I will create my own table. I will invite you to come to my table. That's what I did. But I put in the work. I put in the work, and I have a team of people that work with me, great guys. My team, what my guy, Ima, my camera guy, the guy said, I work with you because of your work ethics. Girl, I work.
And that resonates with the part of the Bible that says, tear down a man diligent in his business. Yes. So the fact that you are a Christian and know God doesn't give you the right to be lazy. Because it's very important.
Just keep praying.
Yeah, it's very important you put in the work. Mm-hmm. Diligence is the code for success. Then when you put in the work, because of that relationship you have, because he gives you supernatural wisdom, he adds value to ideas, and he also adds value to the works of your hands. So a lot of people these days just feel like, okay, they can be laid back and just because I pray, things should do. No, the factor of diligence is always there. So when you are young creative, it's very important that you put in the work of excellence. Let your work stand out. Let your work be top notch, that people can say, okay, yes, wow, quality. I want to be associated with what you do.
Like quality.
Yeah, you cannot give something mediocre and say, because, okay, you're a Christian, I should accept it. I wouldn't accept it. But it's very important that you distinguish yourself in the kind of service you offer.
Because that's why I feel when I go, everywhere I go to, people are like, oh, what do you do? I'm a Christian. Present Jesus. You must know when God speaks to you. God will just give you ideas. I have a concept where I used to sell at my shows. When I have my bats, God speak to me. I get the idea, do this. So How I started the car thing was that I was going to become talker giving out cars. I didn't have money to buy cars. Cars, There's a comedian from Nigeria, very big. I want the biggest comedian in Nigeria. He called me 2 years ago. I met him when he had a kid in Atlanta. I met him. My brother said, okay, why not come to my show? And I said, well, I'll come. But meanwhile, he's having a comedy show in Atlanta, comedy special. Come back and support me. I felt if I had to bring it to my show, I should go and also support him. So I met him on Tuesday, came to Dallas, flew back to Atlanta on my bill, hotel on my bill, on me, car hire on me, So I told him, I said, okay, the show. He's like, okay, speak to one of his guys there who fixed it out. I was excited. I'm bringing this guy to my show. 2022. My show was like 20 years anniversary. 2022. So 20 years anniversary. I started. So I spoke with my friend. I called me and said, before that brother can come to my show, I have to organize their own show first in Dallas. I said, when I say July, I said, but I can't be organizing your show in July, and my show is in September. It won't work. Then they were like, okay, don't do it, leave it. So I figured out I'm going to come for my show. I was heartbroken. I felt used. So I went to my pastor's friend in South Texas, Clark Ortiz. A wonderful guy, a white pastor over there. I went to his church. He prayed for me and said, this year's show, God will give you an idea that will make the whole industry to shake. Like, which idea again, more than joke. I was driving back, was like 9 hours driving. So what do I do? God said, this year, 20th anniversary. Yes. Be the biggest comedian. I'm like, what, in my show? People come to your show for you. Not because of who you bring. I'm like, God, but I need something. And I had the voice. Give her the gift. I'm like, okay, I'll give her the gift. I'll go buy TV. I'll buy sound system. I'll buy some blenders, some microwave. I said, yes, plus a car. Like, I rebuke this voice in Jesus' name. Every voice that say I will give her a car for a comedy show, nobody else. I rebuke it in Jesus' name. It was hard. If that dream you have, I don't make people want to be like you. It's not God given. God cannot give you small thing.
Yeah.
You understand? I was a guy that was accused of witchcraft. I was a guy that had to sell beans cake. I was a gardener. I was a guy that couldn't pay school fees. I was a guy who spent 2 years in secondary school. I became one of the best students. It wasn't because I was smart. There was a guy behind me that was a God that was like, okay, I'll teach you. And like I said, most I say leadership, I failed a lot in leadership. And because I get very emotional, I get really attached and all that stuff. When he failed, I'm like, God, why? God be like, it's failing because everybody makes a mistake. Nobody's perfect though. Because I have something better for you. At first, I won't see it. When I look at where God is bringing me from.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I'm saying this, because sometimes even as a Christian, you're doing some relationship, it didn't work out, you're broken. No, don't be. It's painful, yes. Growing up is painful. If I knew that I'll be working hard and paying my bills in America, I would love to work just to remain as a kid with my mom, as a child, just even grew, get everything I needed or I wanted. You understand? My father is not a pastor, but all around me was pastors who were guiding me. Even here in Dallas too. I have pastors. I told somebody that, listen, before you marry, right? Before you marry anybody, before a guy, babe, he or she does not have people that she can listen to, or he can listen to, don't marry. Because any man that doesn't have anybody respect can be very dangerous. There are people in Dallas, pastors in Dallas, about 3 of them, basically 3 of them. If they say, Charles, I'm a grown-up man. I'm a very grown-up man. I have fame, more popular than they are. My shows is bigger than their churches. All the 2 put together, If they say, Charles, I want you to jump, I ask them, sir, how high? Understand? Are they feeding me? No. Do they support my shows? Yes. Which is good. But those guys, they don't deal with me like I'm a celebrity. They don't even care. They do me like, hey, sit down. I told them that if I ever do anything wrong, please correct me. Yeah. So you need people like that in your life.
So what do you think is the importance of mentorship the life of a creative, because a lot of people just spring up these days without having mentors, and they just feel like, okay, I can start my path and just go. How important is mentorship if one has to be a creative that not just impacts their little community but become a global impactor?
Yeah, if without mentorship, you'd be like a vapor. You do Instagram posts, you went viral. There's a lot of people in that. That's why most people who win talent shows don't end up going far in that career. Very few, maybe very tiny. The people who have won challenge shows, won big money, because it's like the mentorship. What mentorship does for you is it gives you process. You learn from their mistakes. But for me, in my life as a comedian, I never had any godfather. As a godfather, as an industry. In Nigeria, as a comedian, must have a godfather. You have one Alibaba, one AY, one Basket Mount. You will serve them. They will be your boss. For me, I never had that one. I just started like comedy, but I had pastors, but I paid my dues. And my mentor was a Paul Pedaro. Paul was sending me to. I'll go for shows with Paul as a keyboardist then. Paul would probably stop at a show. I said, Charles, go and perform. I'll be performing shows that he's paid for. You understand? He said, I'm selling you. Church Paul will send me to churches. He's not a comedian. Your mentor doesn't have to be in the same industry with you. As a podcaster or as a filmmaker, but they might understand what it's all about. Like now, I have Pastor Joe. There's no, and Pastor Jesse too. There's no business I will make. I'll call them first. What do you think about this thing? You understand? Now, Pastor Jesse, for example, now he's a businessman, but he's a pastor, but he's very exposed.
So it's good to also have diverse
yes.
mentors. So
yes, very important.
Mentors for what your career path, mentors that also look at other aspects of your career path. It might not necessarily be involved in something, but can give the counsel of business negotiations.
Yes, the idea. Sometimes you're growing, and some mentors in your industry want to be the way you are. Very few have the matter of God that say, okay, you have become. My mom said one time. My mom said, my son, as far as you are a slave, you to serve. But as far as you are still a servant, you will not become a master. But very few people let you to be in that world today that will allow you to just serve and go become a master. No. Maybe in the business circle, entertainment, they want you to serve and serve. You glorify them. I've worked with people like that have helped the industry growing up. Helen Paul, if you know Helen Paul.
Yeah, I know Helen Paul.
I met Helen Paul one time. She wasn't a comedian. I met Helen Paul one time in Unilag. I left her. Train flyers. She was like, doing her baby voice funny. I said, you're funny. Go to my show next week or Sunday. I'm a comedian. I said, you come. Don't worry, I'll tell you what to do. She came. She blew everybody away. Today she's Helen Paul. When I see how big she is right now, she's bigger than me. And I told my God, I said, God, thank God that I am one of his testimony. You understand? She's not the one I've helped like that in the past. The other guys that came also a part too. I want to know to me. A lot of people give her platforms, support her and all that stuff. But I know one of the people that started. I remember I was taking her around all the churches, my show with me. People call me, how this female comedian, this popular comedian in Nigeria then. I was one maybe. I said, no, Mom, don't worry. I have a young girl. She's good. I'll send a report there. Today she's big. She has done shows for governors, for presidents. She's big and I'm so proud of her. But not everybody had that kind of mind in the industry. But like I said, having a mentor is very important. Possibly if you have mentors in everywhere, like I have mentors in everything. And those mentors must love God. You must have your interests at heart.
Sure,
very important, yes. It's important because I want to see you grow.
Yeah.
And again, to most people that I have as my mentors right now, there's nothing I can give to them. Yeah, you sure at me? They've been in America for years before I even came to America when I was in my diapers. They've been they are more exposed than I am. I'm more exposed in terms of life issues. I've been famous. I've been exposed.
Sure.
You're famous, everybody knows you, but it doesn't mean that you're exposed. So I think that is what people need to understand, that when God gives you a gift, God will supply the need of mentorship and people that will push you out. And also when you go through hard times,
It's normal. It's a process.
and again too, what you must, let me say it for creative people, is that when you're a creative person with talent, some people are gifted, some people are hybrid. I think I'm calling myself one of those hybrid. So myself, Charles, you're an hybrid person. I'm a comedian, I'm a musician, I sing, I play the keyboard, I make movies, I do graphics, I do video editing, I organize events. It takes an hybrid to do that. That means God has said that the truth of the talent, the Bible says God gives from 5 to another stuff. You can have 5. I'm trading with. Even a lot of people are like that are among in that generation. But know that it comes with a lot of challenges. People are going to betray you. Friends are going to backstab you. Colleagues will turn their back at you. It's all by design. It's so that you don't fail. If it's all by design to push you to the next level.
Yeah, and to also process it, a
Yes.
refinement
Yes.
process for you to learn. So when you're doing your business, you understand how you deal with people, how you negotiate properly,
It's very important.
how your trust level should be
Yes.
with certain people when you're actually dealing with
But
them.
what I'm saying is,
And how to also accept rejection, because that's another area
my
that
point.
people...
Because what I'm saying is that because sometimes people can come to you and tell you, oh, do this, do this, do this. There is a negative side, positive side. I've seen people who are so gifted. When they got some betrayers, they packed up everything.
And that was the end
That
of
was
the
the
dream.
end of him. So they won, you didn't win. You understand? Even David, you know what David went through? You know what David? Let's go back to Joseph. What Joseph went through? There's no level of betrayal in life that can be more than the fact that your siblings conspire to kill you. You have a bigger dream, like Joseph had a bigger dream. You'll be betrayed. You'll be put in a hole. You will come out when you think that you are okay. Something will happen again. Look at Joseph went to Potiphar's house when he was a king, or the local king. You understand? He went to jail. But like Joseph, if you can hold
You
on,
have to be resilient.
you have to be resilient. You have to be tough.
And you know the funny thing, talking about Joseph, right? Those things that happened in Joseph's life were the things that built his character to that place where God wanted him to be. So sometimes when you go through all those things, it's good to pray and ask God, what is this something that is meant to destroy me, or is this something that's a process of building me up to build up character to the destiny that God is taking you to? Because imagine if Joseph was discouraged and kind of like just felt like, okay, I fell into the hands of Potiphar's wife, he never would have attained that destiny that God wanted to be for him.
I would have been discouraged by all this. I would have been discouraged what he went through. You know. So like I said, if Joseph had not gone through those stuff, I became the prime minister of Egypt, he would have messed it up.
Yeah.
One time, what this thing does for you is that
process builds character.
Yes, because when you to get to the top is easy. Character keeps you there. You know. So that's what I believe, that you always have challenges as a creative person, but don't let it stop you. I'm talking from the point of experience. You understand? Because I've had challenges like, from the age of 5. I think the best time, I think my friend yesterday had said the best time I actually had fun as everything was cool was from age 0 to 5.
So now, what do you think about networking and building lasting relationships as a creative? Because I heard this talk about the fact that Paul Dario used to actually give you some shows. You know, now we have sometimes that we have creatives who have these opportunities, but they want to do it all by themselves and don't want to share these opportunities with other creatives that are actually in that line of business that they are. So what do you think is the role of networking and building lasting relationships?
Okay, as a business person, and I've done this for years, lasting relationship, I don't know, because I've not experienced it. because nothing lasts forever. In business, it is everybody have our personal interests. Many people come to your life saying that they want to work with you. Not everyone. People come for different reasons. Some want to come to what they can gain from you. You know. But like Poplar, I was lucky. I was favored to have all these things around me. Networking. One of the reasons why I'm growing that I don't network just in my industry. I network everybody. I network. You're a podcast person. Yes, then you ask me what's the business with you, and someone a Mexican who work on the street. Yes, and who mow the lawns and other stuff. I'll tell you why. Sometimes you want to talk about the business. He knows that business better than you do. Yes, and this is a business talk show and all that. So probably the young guys right now want to start doing the kind of a business where you mow people's lawns. That guy comes in handy. You understand? So what I did was that in my industry, as a entertainer comedian, long-lasting leadership is not what you get regularly, because everybody tries to outshine everyone. But my competition is me. Understand? So also I tell people, like I keep saying to you before, if you are creative in the industry, do not wait for people to put you on that platform. You guys are lucky now because you have social media, everything. Understand? That is your platform. This is a podcast on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, you have to go on TV. You know someone to be on TV. I can't even watch shows on TV anymore. I go to YouTube. A better platform that we had growing up then. So now, build your own table. I'm here because I build your own table. Build your own table, and people in your industry, you need them. You want them. And trust me again, like you said, people in industry, most times they don't want to share ideas or opportunities with you because they are selfish by nature. You understand? That's why I said, create your own platform, build your table. Now, some of my colleagues here in America, I was with one of my friends 3 weeks ago. He's been in America for years, comedian too. Charles said, there are only 2 people in America, Nigeria community, that have come close, not too close, maybe close to your show in America. These people have been here for years. When he said that, I'm like, wow, in my mind, I'm like, yeah. Now I'm talking about, baby, we're making it. But then is that I build my table. Just keep working. And the problem is that most times we want to get the result now. Right now, I want to become famous right now. If you're doing for money, for fame, you get discouraged because it might not come when you want it. So build your networking, your relationship outside, mainly your craft.
I see that you have we have a lot of diverse culture, right?
Yeah.
Coming to your shows, and I was really surprised because you don't see people from other cultures really relate with our joke. So how were you able to attract the diverse multicultural community?
Like I said, it was easy. I did my first show. It was packed. So I went to this community. I said, hey guys, I'm an African. Can you come to my show? Like, no. At first, I said, I would just send them a text. I send them a video link. It's like, oh, look at the crowd. I said, can you come to my show? I said, yeah. And they came. As they were coming, they came with their own people.
So you did a lot of partnership?
Yes. I paid them. I don't do free shows. I pay them.
Yeah. So I think I really like the fact that you partner outside of your community too.
One day I was one of my mentors, he had a fast food franchise. I was there one day. God will speak to you if God give you a dream. I was there one day, and that's where it started from. The idea of this multicultural started from. I was there while having the meeting. He said he was coming. Went to the kitchen, gave me some stuff to eat. And I was looking at the long line. I saw white, black, Mexican, Asian. I didn't see any Nigerians there. I didn't see any Africans there. And I said, this guy I'm talking to is a millionaire. He's very rich. I said, in this country, the best way to make money, become a millionaire, is to go outside the community. You can never become a millionaire in America in African community. First of all, we're not many. So if you're able to give you $10, I'm in a way. You know? So know that in African community, what you are doing, other 10 Africans are doing it. So the African community is divided, split to all of you guys. So if you can go outside, and I was telling you, one guy said to me, he said, Charles, in Texas, they have tried to do cultural events. It never worked. Like, why? He said, because Americans, if you say white dude, they don't trust that person. Mexico cannot trust anybody. I say, well, I'm African. And they trust me. Or they believe in me. And now, most people are calling me like, Charlie guy, please, can I be on your section for your next show? I'm not the guy that's both the white, black, Hispanic now call to please put them on my show. You understand? Because why? I try to go outside the comedy, my African comedy. So, but how do I make them laugh and all that stuff? This is it. I live in America. I'm sure as a comedian from Nigeria, when you come and start saying Nigerian jokes, they won't understand. People can laugh to what they can relate with. Or all, right? So I tell them my experience as an African in America. You understand? That's what I'm saying, and it just works that way.
Yeah, and I think it's also because of the fact that you're open to other cultures.
You have to.
Yeah, and not just restricting. So since we have the understanding that we are called to nations, so you have to.
Not for you.
Yeah, you have to see a way of making your gift.
That crazy African dude, man. How does he do it? I put a lot of work.
Yeah.
God too. 3-2 is not just having a show, it's the quality of the show.
So as Christian creatives, it's also very important that we put in a lot of effort into giving quality.
Quality. In fact, the reason why Ferrari is more expensive than Toyota.
The quality.
It's quality. I've driven both cars. The Ferrari, I want to drive Ferrari. I just think you can go and rent one. So let me tell you what I did. You can just go there if you want to rent one. I tell them, okay, I want to buy one. Can I have a test drive? Dress very well. I wore suit. I had one nice perfume because my perfume was so strong that my cologne was so if I passed, it still be there. It is so nice, clean shave. This is nice. I'm a comedian. My website. I say, can you go test it? I say, yeah. You can follow me. Go to somewhere in Dallas here, Lemon Avenue. Went around. Yes. Then my driver, I said, I dropped the car. I came and said, okay, I'll get back to you. My God, I'm driving Ferrari. Oh my God. All my friends give me the idea, like, go and test. If it's what you like, you buy it. I like it. I can't afford it right now.
No, but someday you will.
Do I want to?
Depends on if that's your priority. Though.
It's not my priority because I can't even put my keys inside. I beg. My friend can't even go into the car. I don't like walking alone. I'm very like friends and family, So that one does make me like say, no. It's good. People now love money, want to spare and all that stuff, but people want to feed in Africa.
Yeah.
So many widows that need to be taken care of. So many. Once again, I'll tell you, if God is giving you a gift, how will your gift bless people? I have some widows. Let me say to people in Africa. Because I will say, whatever your letter is given should be sent out. How people I take care of in Africa and all that stuff. So when I'm making money, every year after, whatever comes in goes out to those people. So they are the reason why I do that. I'm not for money. I have my business. I have a roadside assistant company. I started a cleaning business that's not picked up yet. I try to diversify. I have an entertainment company. I MC, do comedy for shows, I do comedy for birthday parties. I get paid. But the show, from the beginning, was that God, let's do something that will be a blessing to people. If that your gift is a blessing or a curse. Someone watch this video and get inspired. If you just one person that got inspired, or God that knew that God has not left him or her already, it's a blessing, So that's what we do, and quality is very important. When I came to America, most Nigerian comedians here, when they do a show in African restaurants, go to those shows, the backdrop is a banner. Banner's not straight. I like, no man, I'm going to theater. They're expensive, I know.
Yeah.
Go to theater. It's going to be like a Grammy. People come all well dressed. It's going to be comedy, music, and glamour. People go to buy clothes every year to come to tell laughter. I saw one lady one time. I saw one lady one time. She was taking pictures with me at the carpet. The tag was still. I said, "Mother, I said, my brother, don't touch it. Take it back after the show." I said, "So you are taking the clothes back after the show?" Say, "Yes, I take it back." People come from. How do I know? Because we do the carpet.
Yeah.
People come from last time Tennessee, Michigan, Chicago, New York, Houston, Oklahoma, Alabama, just to come attend the laughter. You understand? If I work in Nigeria, people don't come to my show, travel down. People came from Nigeria last year. For the past 3 years, people come from Nigeria every year just to attend the laughter.
I think last year you had RMD.
MD came not as a guest, not as a performer, as a guest.
As a guest.
People planned their I know about 4 families that came last year. They planned their vacation towards that laughter. They flew from Florida just to come because they need to attend the show back in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So for me, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
That is fulfillment. Like God, maybe I've gone to this level. God said no, just warming up.
I like that.
Just warming up. I'm like,
Just
you mean
warming
I'm
up.
just warming up? All the stress, just warming up. God is never easy, and it's going to be tight for you, you know. But it must, the quality of what you are putting out must be very, very, very key. My show right now, even when we take last shows in Dallas, as now as quality as what we put out there. I'm saying that not because I'm trying to be proud, thanks to my team and to the fact that last year we did our event brochure from Nigeria. And the guy did not some good jobs. My friend said, "Oh, just manage." I said, "I can't manage it. It's not good. So I did print it all over again in the US, good quality, because your job will speak for you while you're not there."
Yeah.
My friend came back from UK to see his friend. I went there and I stepped into the place. There's this lady who had come to the show last year. She just started screaming. I was scared. And I'm like, why is she screaming? I was on show last year. Come to show last year. For a moment, I was like, celebrating. Then, did you enjoy it? Did you like it? It was so great. Hallelujah.
Yes.
You know, I got some people like, Richard, man, your show, I love it. It's the best show. I'm like, I'll be humble. Thank you. It comes from a place of hard work. Like I said, be careful of what you ask God for. God knows one thing about me. I know one thing about myself, that when God put that in my mind, I want to achieve it. When I said I was tired, God was like, have you filled up American Airlines Center downtown? Like, no. Even what we did last year was about 2005 or so. You understand? Now we see our space. People came, but we still have enough space to fill. So I have not filled up at this stadium. I would just imagine. Sometimes I used to imagine crazy. Imagine laughter. AT&T featuring Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, Chris Rock, Trevor Noah. That stadium will be packed. In fact, the next day, Bob will give me shit. Just imagine how a multicultural show. Just imagine me giving her the Tesla car. Imagine me giving her 10 Tesla car in one day. Or giving her one BMW. Like the first show car I bought, what car I didn't buy, was given to us by a company. Possibly this year too, companies will give us the car too. You go give you an idea, just start it, you push it, go take over from it. Right now, I have when I first started laughter, I go to companies, help us support. They will tell you different things. Now they're not calling me, please, I want to support you. Why? Is that you have to keep working. It's not going to be easy, especially as a Christian. You will face temptation. A lady or a guy, you will face temptation.
How do you stand? In these industries, right? You have a lot of places where they require you to make some compromise. How do you keep the originality? I know that, I want to please God. Like you said, you don't do dirty jokes. You don't do things that kind of affect you. So how do you maintain that originality and also maintaining your faith while on this journey?
First of all, if you don't know what you stand for, you fall for anything. Now, I know what I stand for. My greatest fear in life, what makes me keep my stand? About people. I can come and tell you, yes, if you have it, just pray to God, God will speak to you. I'm lying. My greatest fear in life is prayer that God, please, I don't want to fall out of favor from God. If I do, I'm finished. I've been telling you my story since. You can know that one factor that kept making things work all through is God. So what keep me standing is like, okay, God, I said I won't do this. Am I perfect? No. I make mistakes? Yes. Do I? For sometimes, as well say, everybody does that. But if I say, God, this is what I want to do. This is me for you. So for me, my faith with God is personal. I'm not going to serve God based on Joyce's testimony or lifestyle. I start just a prayer warrior. She can speak a tongue, so that's work for me. So I don't work for people. So if you know the God that you serve, and you know the God that you are following, and you know where He has brought you from. Now the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego is something I hold in my left hand, on my left hand. They said, "Oh King, listen to us. Our God will save us. Even if our God did not save us, we will not bow." So have you ever got to that point where you say even if? I've been there many times, and I've said no. Not because I was the best, not because I was the holiest person, or because I'm the most faithful brother. I've said no because even if God won't compromise. So me and God is that. Last November, I had one situation. That was when I did my concert. That was so terrible. That it was like, God, where are you? You understand? I was going through that situation that I even forgot the fact that what He has done for me in the past. Sometimes problem will make you forget God's blessings. That Bible say, count your blessings. Well, I started naming my blessings, counting them and naming them. I started saying God's blessings. You understand? So to stand, you must know the God that you serve. They that know their God
shall be strong and do exploits.
So which God do you know? If you don't know that God, you can't do exploits. You can't be strong. Weak people, like now, for example, Joe Biden's son can come to that place and slap anybody. Nothing will happen. He knows his father. You understand? But I can't do that. I know my father too.
Oh my God, this is not coming. Wow.
I know my dad too, but who's my dad?
Yeah.
Who's my dad? So who's my God? Who is your God?
Yeah.
You know, I said something like I say, God will not do the God you know, the God that work for you. So those that know their God will be strong. You understand? Sometimes is it easy? No. I have taken a stand that cost me a lot at that moment. Later in the future, that stand I took became the best decision ever. So those that know their God will be strong and do exploits.
Thank you so much, Mr. Charles. It was really an amazing time with you and so many things to learn from your story. I'm really happy that you shared your process and you're not just like an overnight success.
I wish.
It went through a lot of stages and how you had to refine the part of your life from the commitment you made to God and how that has kept you and giving you a vision that you now use to bless lives all over the world. And I'm really glad. I really love the diversity of how you use your gifts that God has given to you to touch life, not just within the African community, but within other diverse communities too. And I really pray that God keeps upholding you. Amen. And you still remain a blessing. And so today, I hope somebody is really inspired by this interview today, and I hope that you begin to see beyond the vision that God has given to you. Begin to see that the vision that God has given to you is not just for you yourself or just to bless your little community. Begin to have that international mindset that God is taking you to nations, and if God is taking you to nations, one, you have to build character through the process of start growing from one phase to another. Quality, improve your work, diligence. Say that a man diligent in his business, he will sit with kings and not men. So it's okay to start small, but it's not okay to remain small. So you need to, if you need to take trainings, go get the trainings. If you need to get people that would also align you to that part, you need to invest in that. And also the place of mentorship. Mentorship is very, very important. So mentorship cuts across people who are in that line of your business and people also who are mentors outside that line of your business, who can give you advice that helps you make the right decisions, so that from contract negotiation to how you even relate networking with other people from diverse culture. And that's really very important. And also you talk about the place of prayer, because inspiration comes from God. And I really love the fact that I said the next big step that you made in your career was when God told you to begin to give out a car.
Yeah.
And you heard it from God. It wasn't just an assumption that you
voice.
came with. Yeah.
I
So
did
if
the
you
voice.
were
I casted the voice away, but the voice is okay.
so if you were not in tune, you would have just be working in misalignment and you would have still be struggling. So it's really important that we take all these things and are able to help us build us to become that full capacity that God wants us to be. I'm really grateful for this opportunity.
Thank you for having
so
me.
much.
I'm so blessed to share my story, my long story. And I thank you for what you do, for touching lives, because I'm all about touching lives. And as people touch lives too, like, okay, this is my blood sister. Touching life is that what makes you fulfilled in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you too. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we are going to be going out with a lot of interesting episodes this month to ensure that everyone is served, and with this podcast is a blessing to you, and at the end of the day you can look back and say, okay, this is the transformation that I've been able to receive from it. So please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to rise and thrive with Joyce. Have a blessed week.